Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about rotation. This is a really hot topic in golf, and it is extremely beneficial to your golf game. So today we're going to look at why it's important. We're going to explain why, because I don't think there's enough info out there as to why it's good for you. And two, we're going to explain how. And there's 3 steps to that. So let's get right into it. So first of all, we're going to talk about why. And so one of the big reasons that we want to use the hips over the hands is because the hands have a lot of range of motion and not a lot of strength. Your hands can go this way, they can rotate like this, pronate, supinate, they can flex, extend, they can go like this, flip around like that, and then go up and down like this. We call this ulnar deviation and radial deviation, or wrist hinge and unhinge. And on top of that, they're pretty weak. If you go to the gym, you could definitely squat more than you could bicep curl, right? Hopefully. And so that is why the hands, not only are they unreliable because of the range of motion, and they can also move around like this, they're also not very strong. Instead, the hips, they generally just stay in this parameter. They generally can just move laterally this way or rotate in this direction, and they're much stronger. So they are much more reliable and they're much more powerful. So that is what we want to use. So that is the why. Secondly, it allows the club to just go along for the ride as you turn. It's almost the glue to the entire swing. That is why the best golfers tend to rotate very well. It's because when they rotate, they don't have to do as much with the rest of their body. The glue, the hips, are moving everything. That is why we often say it is the engine of the golf swing. So let's get into how we're going to get you to rotate better. So we're going to do it in 3 steps. Step number 1, it's about the lead hip. If you look at all these other sports, let's take baseball and a pitch. You're gonna get that lead hip out of the way to throw. Let's say you're throwing a punch, you're gonna get the lead hip out of the way so you can punch something. Almost anything athletic, it starts with the lead side getting out of the way. The golf swing is no different. You wanna make sure the lead hip gets out of the way. So how do we do that? Well, we're gonna start with a drill, and how the drill works is we're gonna grab a ball here, and I want you set up, and then I want you to stand the club directly vertically like this. All the way vertically, get your palm on top of the grip like this. Don't angle it this way, all the way up. Then from there, we're gonna shift our weight to our lead side and turn. And you're gonna start to feel how far back this lead hip goes back. You're gonna feel like you're super down. Like this feels like I'm way down. And then take your grip. And what you'll start to see, especially if you record it, is you'll see you're not as low as you think. This looks fairly normal. And then from here, stay in this position for a couple seconds so you can feel what it feels like. Then just chip it. Just like that. Then grab another one. Run through the same process. Get the lead hand on top of the grip all the way up vertically. Make sure you don't cheat this way. All the way up. Keep it vertical as you turn. Take your grip. Then take it about halfway up. Turn back. Turn through. Get a good feel for that. Then lastly, go and run through the whole process again. Get that impact position. Hold it for a couple seconds. Come back. Then come back to setup. Then turn again to where you need to go. Do that a couple times just to get a good feel for it. Right there. Turn to get to where you need to get to, and then go on and hit it.
What a guy.
Some guy's just playing music.
You
should leave that in. Nice.
We could just cut.
Alright, next. Step 2 is, I need to recollect my thoughts. All right. Step number 2 is what we call hip flexion. If you look at all the best players, they all go down when they turn. Now, why is that? Well, if I go up to the top, get my wrist hinging, doing all this, and then just turn and don't go down, even if I release as hard as I can, this is about as far as I can go unless I throw my arms down, which we don't want to do. So if I just do that, I'm way too tall. So that is where now I need to get down towards the golf ball. The more you turn, the more down you need to go. Now it's quite subtle, and that's why you need to draw lines on the best rotators. Like, I always think the people who turn the best are like Tiger in his prime, who has been known to dip into the golf ball. We have Dustin Johnson, and we have Joaquin Niemann. They all go down a lot as they begin to rotate. So how do we learn that? What's the right way to do it? And that's a good question. And I believe it comes more from your hips flexing. So the best way to do that is to actually feel yourself push your butt back and arch your lower back. We call that skier's position, and that will get your chest down automatically. But the idea is that you want to make sure you arch your lower back and push your butt back as you come down. And now that's a really awkward position, and I think the best way to learn it is to put yourself there enough times. So let's go up to the top. Boom. Put yourself there, hold it for a couple seconds. Now it feels really weird. You almost feel a pull on your hamstrings, and just chip a couple. from there, you saw I chunked that one. It's because I didn't turn through it well enough. So we'll go up to the top. This is the one I personally struggle with the most. I like to come out of it, which, to note, that's the opposite. We call that early extension. We want to avoid that. Instead, we want to go into early flexion. So we go up to the top, flex our hips down this way, get our butt back, arch our lower back, then turn through. That's a little better. And then once you get a feel for that, go up to the top, do one more little rehearsal, boom, get a feel for that, start over and hit. Oh, nice right there. All right, we have one more step. The last one, I promise. I know this is a lot, but the last step is to get your trail side out of the way. So now we've started with our lead side, then we got the center of our body. Now it's time to get the trail side of our body. So remember, the first step is to get the lead side out of the way. Once you've done that, get that trail side kicking in through the shot. So what's a good drill to learn that? Well, this is a drill that I call moving the line. Moving the lines works like this. We're gonna go up to about club parallel to the ground with just your trail arm and trail hand. And I want you to line up your trail arm, tricep of your trail arm, with your shirt line and your pant line. I want you to line all of them up, and I want you to feel them all move together. This will then allow you to move the whole body together. This is really what creates the glue of the swing, the engine of the golf swing, is the trail side turning through. But the trail side can only turn through if the lead side gets out of the way. See how this is all starting to come together, how this is all starting to work. So a lot of steps to rotation. It's not just simply twisting the hips. Feels that easy, everybody would do it. But it's not. That's why we're here. So we're gonna go up to the top, and we're gonna just feel the trail side motivate the whole swing as the lead side gets out of the way. And then from there, feel where you're at and go on and hit a couple. And you'll start to feel how little the hands really need to do. In fact, you can even hit some with two hands, go up to the top, feel like you're moving the lines and stop right at impact. And you can feel how much of the swing is motivated by your body. Then from there, just go up with your hands and your eyes. Just like that. So move the lines, bang, go up with just the hands and the eyes. And you'll see that that is the entire golf swing. The real swing comes from the hips. Now I'm gonna do that one last time. We're gonna turn that through, move the lines into impact. And when we go up through, it's just the eyes and the hands. And we're gonna hit one. And those are the steps to rotation. There's a lot that goes into turning. That's why it's such a hot topic. That's why it's so hard to do. But if you do those steps, you will rotate much better. Now, do you have to do all three of those? Somewhat, but generally speaking, everyone is already good at one of the three, or two of the three, or three of the three. Maybe you're good at getting the lead side out of the way. You just don't get the trail side kicking in enough. Then you need to work on drill number 3, moving the lines. Maybe you're really good at turning, but you like to stand up out of it. Then you got to make sure you work on skier's position, getting that butt back, arching the lower back. Maybe you're not good at getting the lead side out of the way, which then makes you kick your trail side out and makes you come over the top. Then you need to work on getting the lead side out of the way. We all have the ability to turn. We just have things that limit us. So find out what that is for you. Try all 3 of those. See which one works the best. Try to record yourself, and you'll start to rotate much better. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, please comment, please subscribe, and put in the comments what you want me to work on next, and I'll get right to it. Love you guys.